What does the ideal relationship resemble as far as certain and gloomy inclination? You could say, utopia only sure associations. Presently, could you at any point get individuals to code the communications they have with their accomplice during the day? You realize you test it, you say, was that collaboration positive or negative? And afterward, the thing you're attempting to do is foresee the lifespan of the relationship. So here's the information. Assuming it falls under 5 positive connections to 1 negative collaboration, the relationship doesn't proceed. All good, an excess of negative that season to comprehend. Assuming it surpasses 11 positive to 1 negative, the relationship doesn't stand the test of time. Why? No test. Correct? What is it that you expect from your accomplice? A delight? No, you don't. You need times of harmony accentuated by a decent battle. What's more, that since that implies you regard them. It implies you bring something to the table one another. What's more, it implies that you're both developing. Thus you don't believe that the battle should be too emotional on the grounds that while then you retreat, you can't settle it. However, the individual that you can totally guide and who just does positive things for you, it's like you don't realize that individual, they're not speaking with you, nor are you with them. Perhaps they're simply subjecting themselves to you or you to them. Also, you're not growing. A genuine relationship is a wrestling match. It's a hooking peculiarities that you both arose changed from. Individuals need what's more, that they would rather not push over. Not accept if something isn't quite right about them. Furthermore, with self-absorbed individual who never needs to be tested will need an accomplice who just conveys the exact thing they're told to convey. However, they will abuse them to excess. To come clean inside a relationship, there are sure preconditions that must be met. No, you must have promised to trust one another and both honored that and concluded that that is really the situation. You both must be really pursuing what's best for every one of you and the relationship. So you must be arranged towards a positive result for the relationship. Then, at that point, you must have some lowliness, since suppose I tell you what's at the forefront of my thoughts. We went to this. So I'm addressing you as though you're my better half. We hit up this party yesterday, and I saw you sitting in the corner with imprint and, you were excessively close and I wasn't actually certain I loved what was happening, yet perhaps I'm envious and dumb and I'm totally misguided with my portrayal. Also, assuming this is the case, I truly clear that up. Thus I might want to hear your translation and that is not bogus. It resembles perhaps you were being a tease and perhaps I'm an envious imbecile or perhaps a smidgen of both. However, couldn't it be great if we would figure out it? So we both knew, however, in the event that you will do that, assuming you will toss forward an inclination-based allegation, which can clearly be harming to the next individual, you need to go with that with the eagerness to accept that your issue may be as extraordinary in the mistake you're making with the allegation, as the shortcoming you're calling attention to. Furthermore, that is something else that prevents individuals from being drastically legit. It's indeed, I have this impression, yet it doesn't mean I'm correct. It could imply that I'm twisted to such an extent that I'm feeling something too politically erroneous. Thus, by tossing that out at you, I must gander at me to see what makes me so awful. Every one of that stops you. Assuming your tip-top spit alert from involving reality as a weapon, since it positively will totally misfire on you. Assuming it's really reality. I realize these things are undeniably challenging to achieve their beliefs, isn't that so? To impeccably do them. That isn't ideal, and we as a whole miss the mark concerning the ideal continually. However, that doesn't mean we can't endeavor to get it done. Also, Tammy and I both concluded when we got hitched that we plan to come clean with one another. Furthermore, that will be that we've given by that to the extent that the two of us could do them. So in the event that it was anything but 100% genuineness, it was a legitimate endeavor on the two individuals' parts, and that proceeds. Furthermore, that has got a Seuss an exceptionally tough time. Up to this point, God willing, that will proceed. So however, it's a genuine alleviation to have somebody to converse with. Well, 'cause now, and afterward you observe that you're in a difficult situation and you should have the option to say that you're in a difficult situation. Also, assuming you're in a tough situation, you don't have the foggiest idea what to do about it in light of the fact that if not you wouldn't be in a difficult situation. You would have kept away from it or fixed it. Also, on the off chance that you don't have a past filled with having the option to tell your accomplice everything, basically then you're separated from everyone else. At the point when you most need somebody, then, at that point, that is actually when being married is so great. You know what I mean? That is essential for the strength of a marriage. Is that there isn't only one of you? There's you too, and that is better. It makes you stronger and hardy while less burden a portion of such different things too. Frequently you go to get-togethers, familial occasions, yet get-togethers where there's uneasiness, there's implicit inconvenience, describing the get-together. Individuals are professing to get along, yet entirely there's staggering pressure simply deep down. Why Christmas occasions like that are frequently so hard for individuals. You know everybody's treading lightly and grinning simultaneously, and it gets ridiculously upsetting to live that way. What's more, it's way better to have the battle irregularly figure things out with the goal that now and afterward you can truly experience some veritable harmony, since now you realize there could come when you truly need it. They'd prefer imagine that the peace is there. That work for it. That is its truth. Well, some it's frequently as well, since individuals don't have any idea how to arrange. They're simply not shown how to arrange. Our general public is extremely terrible at instructing arranging abilities. It's actually really awful, yet it's undeniably challenging to lay out harmony in a family obvious harmony. Furthermore, what fill in for that frequently also, we don't battle. We won't ever battle. Well then you never discuss anything significant or one of you is turning over. One of you is imagining or both of you are on the grounds that two individuals can't live respectively and not differ in light of the fact that they're not a similar individual. In addition, things are truly confounded. Life is truly confounded. What's more, on the off chance that you're not differing about specific things, you're truly not contemplating you ought to differ about your funds, since how to deal with your funds commonly is a truly troublesome issue. Thus on the off chance that you're not differing about it, that implies you're really not examining it, yet you're not strolling through the full scope of choices, mean idea itself is an argumentative cycle, correct? It's a type of interior conflict. Couples can participate in shared speculation by taking restricting positions and afterward you thoroughly consider it. Also, on the grounds that the topic of how to orchestrate your family funds, perhaps one of you works at a compensation work and different stays at home and deals with the youngsters or something to that effect. Indeed, how would you isolate the cash? Dislike you will supernaturally concoct an answer for that, yet the two individuals in a split second settle on. It's a truly convoluted issue. It's additionally something great to be aware of marriage. It's like you can always lose a contention with your better half. Like you could, assuming you just lived with her for one day, correct? It's like, I won see you later. It's like, no, she's there the following day. And afterward she's been. That's what she recollects. Perhaps more than you recollect it, and it likewise may be that she was correct and you barely out-contended her. So you know, and that is something truly worth knowing as well, in light of the fact that occasionally you'll have a contention with, suppose with your significant other and she has a remark, and it's not very much expressed. The equivalent could be valid for you. Thus you can simply neglect it, however you would rather not forget about it in light of the fact that perhaps there's something there. Furthermore, on the off chance that you don't address it, then, at that point, dislike it will disappear, man. It will develop. So perhaps you need to assist her with forming her contention, which is truly irritating, you know? 'Cause you need to win while you're having this debate, it resembles I need to win while you're the victor and she's the washout. And afterward that is incredible on the grounds that currently you're hitched to a failure. In the event that you do that 100,000 times, your marriage is finished and afterward there'll be hellfire to pay. You should rest assured. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumb up and share with your friend. Thank you for watching.